Okay. You know, this year's theme at the International Convention was new company, a new opportunity, and a new you. And I want to talk a little bit about the company, the opportunity, and you before we leave here today. And the first part about being a new company, I want to make sure that everybody understands you're in the right place at the right time, okay? Right, with the right company. And the fact that we have been able to evolve, okay? We've been able to evolve from where we started, and we've been able to evolve and basically been able to incorporate and integrate every single method that has been cutting edge with respect to selling and distributing products, goods, and services to make sure that you are always able to compete with every one of the little guys as well as the big guys, all the way from a direct sales company to Amazon.com to Facebook, okay? And that's really what has evolved. Now, I just want to share with you, if you take a look, let me back up here, okay? If you take a look, and you've seen this before, it's in our unfranchised business presentation. It's about all the methods of selling and distributing products, goods, and services. If you take a look at these, okay, with respect to the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000, if you take a look at it, you'll notice that every single one of those methods for selling and distributing products, goods, and services, we still have. What we did, we're a hybrid. We're a hybrid of just about every single method out there, okay? We're not we're not totally a direct sales company. We're not totally a network marketing company. We're not totally a internet marketing company. And we're not totally a social network shopping company, okay? The point I'm trying to get at is our business model and our business has been designed to allow us to be more like an amoeba. Does everybody know what an amoeba is? For those of you that took biology, amoeba is a single-celled type animal, if you will, okay, that basically takes on whatever shape it has to take on to survive. And that's really what our Market America Unfranchised Business Development System is designed to, so that we're always competitive. We're always competitive. We never throw out things that work, but we're always embracing and integrating things that become the new trends, okay, in the current marketplace. All right? So, if you take a look at yesteryear's mission statement, you know, when we first started in 1992, this was our mission statement. We were purely a direct sales and network marketing company, and that was it. The internet hadn't even been invented yet. That's true. When I think about when I look back at how long I've been doing this business, the fact that something as prevalent as the internet was not even invented when I started this in 1992. Our mission was to provide the most powerful business opportunity based on what the average person could actually and realistically do. And we defined the average person back then as somebody that had 8 to 12 hours of discretionary time that they could devote to a business that they owned to improve their financial situation. That was our mission statement, okay? And that was our mission statement for many, many years, all right? The vision was that we wanted to have a business model that was based on what the average person could actually and realistically do. The average person, okay, that only has 10 to 15 hours of discretionary time, they had a full-time job. They were working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. But we defined the average person as somebody that had 10 to 15 hours a week of discretionary time. That means time that they could choose how they wanted to spend it, okay, to improve their financial situation. Okay, not average income, not average education or anything like that, but just they had 10 to 15 hours. Now, and based on what they could realistically do. See, because at that time, and even to this day, most other direct sales and network marketing companies, at the end of every month, everybody goes back to what? Zero. And we start all over again. Okay? Now, No matter if 1,000 is the magic number and you got to 900, guess what? You went back to 0 and you started all over again. None of that 900 counted towards getting to the 1,000. And that was very disheartening. It was very demotivating to the average person. Now, the big guy that could, had the ability to spend 20, 30, 40, 50 hours a week, and he had a gift for bringing in 1 million people, whether they wanted to or be in it or not, okay? They did very, very well. It wasn't designed for the average person, though. Okay, so what we did was we came up, one of the things that we did, not the only thing, but we came up with the fact that came up with a month-to-month accrual option so that you could get paid weekly, but you could accrue that volume and accrue those numbers week to week, month to month, until you got paid. So if at the end of the month you were at 900 and the magic number was what? 1,000, or in our case, if the magic number was 1,200 in the left, 1,200 in the right, and you had 900 in the right, and you had 1,000 in the left, guess what? It didn't go back to 0 at the end of the month. Does everybody follow this? Okay? So these are some of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted it to be based on what the average person could actually realistically do that was actually working, 50, 60 hours a week. And most people, 80% of your organization, 90% of your organization is going to be made up of people that have full-time jobs. Okay? And it's very unrealistic to expect them, hey, how about this business? And you turn it into a 40-hour week job, okay? It's a selling system rather than a buying system. Selling system versus a buying system, okay? Most others at the time, they were buying systems. In other words, they recruited and they basically populated their organizational structure with what? Nothing more than customers, people that were buying at distributor cost, using the product, and that's it, okay? We are a selling system. We knew that all we wanted to do is find market-driven products that did what they said they did, okay? Give an array, not everything, but give an array of products that could actually be consumed and be used on a regular basis, not only by distributors, but actually could be sold competitive in the marketplace so that we could do what? So that we could sell more product with less distributors. So it took less distributors in the organization to create more volume. Okay? The other thing, the organization created vested economic interest. Okay? We did that by building deep versus wide. What we did was we eliminated as much or minimized the competition that would be going on with your own organization, because it goes back to, remember the A's and B's and the X's? That what happened was all those A's, you'd be in competition with your organization, because if the structure was on a multi-level plan, if it was you got paid 11% on the front line, 6% on the second, 5% on the third, and 3% on the fourth, and nothing below, guess what? Where do you want all your personally sponsored people to be? You want them on the front, don't you? You want them right across the board, because everything they do, you get 11%. But guess what? James and me, I sponsor James. James is on my front line. Everything he does is I get 11%. But guess what? Roger and Alice and Johnson, okay, they're all on both James and my list. James wants them on his front line. I want them on my first line. So now me and James are in competition. But watch this. We took it out. We started building in depth. We came with an in-depth organizational structure. So guess what? Whether James sponsors Alice and Johnson or Roger, or I sponsor them, I don't care, and neither does he, because they're all going to the same organization. Everybody with me? Okay? Unbelievable. I mean, this is the core of our business today. All right? Compensation plan that minimized and eliminated competition with the organization. I already talked about business that was not only profitable, but stable. Not just profitable, but stable. Let me tell you what, there are a lot of businesses out there for the very, very few that can be much more profitable than this. For the very few. But this was designed so that it was more profitable for the masses and stable for the top.